Listen, every single day you wake up, you're making choices. But here's the truth. Most people spend their whole life owing everybody else. They owe their boss. They owe their friends. They owe the world. But the one person they forget to pay back is themselves. You owe it to yourself to stop living small. You owe it to yourself to stop making excuses. You owe it to yourself to stop saying on day and start saying today. Nobody's coming to hand you your dreams. Nobody's coming to fix your life. If you don't do it, it won't get done. You owe your discipline, your grind, your focus, your greatness. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for somebody to clap for you. Stop waiting for somebody to validate you. You were built with everything you need, but you've been giving discounts on your potential. You've been giving free samples of your talent. GH, you owe your best version. Not your boss, not your family, not your friends. Ooh, when you hit the pillow at night, only one question matters. Did I give Emmy everything I had today? So today, not tomorrow, not next week, not when I feel ready. Today, pay yourself back with focus, with hunger, with grind, with consistency. The world doesn't owe you success. Life doesn't owe you anything, but you owe everything. You stop waiting for somebody to come into your life and give you a green light. Stop waiting for somebody to clap for you, to tell you you're good enough, to tell you it's your time. Listen to me. It's already your time. You were born with everything you need. You're sitting around acting like you need somebody's stamp of approval to chase your dream. When the truth is the only approval you've ever needed was yours. You're sitting in neutral because you're waiting for your boss to notice you. You're waiting for your family to support you. You're waiting for your friends to believe in you. You're waiting for society to open the door. And let me tell you right now, if you wait on people, you'll wait forever. People are not designed to hand you your destiny. That's not their job. That's your job. You want to know why you haven't started that business. You're waiting. You want to know why you're still talking about getting in shape, but haven't moved your body. You're waiting. You want to know why your goals look the same as they did last year and the year before that, because you're waiting. And I'm here to tell you, Estop, waiting is killing your future. Do you know how many people took their potential to the graveyard because they were waiting for the perfect time? Do you know how many people never wrote the book, never started the company, never chased the dream, never got in the best shape of their life because they were waiting for permission? The graveyard is full of people who had the talent, had the ability, but never pulled the trigger. Why? Because they wanted validation before action. And validation never came. You don't need another person to tell you, you got this. You don't need the world to clap for you. You don't need a cheerleading squad. What you need is the courage to look in the mirror and say, I don't need them. I approve of me. I believe in me. I'm going to move even if nobody claps, even if nobody supports, even if nobody understands. Because let me tell you something, the moment you stop waiting and you start moving, people will notice. The moment you stop asking and you start doing, doors will open. But the doors don't open while you're standing still. They open when you move. You're waiting for the world to recognize your greatness when greatness is built in private. Your greatness is built when nobody's watching, nobody's calling, nobody's liking, nobody's sharing. Greatness is built when it's just you, your grind and your vision. If you're waiting for the spotlight to start shining, you'll never get started. The spotlight doesn't create greatness. Greatness attracts the spotlight. So I need you to stop sitting around with excuses. Stop telling yourself, I'll start when my family supports me. I'll start when my boss sees me. I'll start when people believe in me. No. Start when it's hard. Start when it's lonely. You start when it's uncomfortable. Because if you can start when it's tough, imagine how powerful you'll be when the momentum comes. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You don't need applause. All you need is a decision to stop waiting, a decision to stop doubting, a decision to stop blaming circumstances and start building. You've been waiting long enough. The time is now. The moment is now. Nobody's going to hand you your dream on a silver platter. Nobody's going to crown you king or queen of your destiny. If you want it, you've got to claim it. So today, right now, this second, you've got to say to yourself, I'm done waiting. I'm done asking. I'm done hoping somebody will open the door for me. I am the door. I am the opportunity. I am the permission slip. You owe you. You owe it to yourself to stop waiting and start living. You've been investing in everybody else but yourself. You've been putting money into entertainment, into clothes, into distractions. But when was the last time you invested in your own potential? You'll spend hours scrolling on your phone, but won't spend 1 hour building the gift inside you. You'll spend money on things that fade, but not a dime on books, on courses, on mentors that could take your life to the next level. And then you wonder why you're stuck. Your potential is the most valuable asset you've got. Not your car, not your job, not your followers, not even the money in your bank account. Your potential, what you could become, what you could build, what you could create if you went all in, that's your treasure. And here's the dangerous truth. If you don't invest in it, it dies. Potential doesn't grow by accident. Potential only grows when you feed it. Stop thinking the world owes you something. The world doesn't pay you for what you could do. The world pays you for what you've developed, what you've sharpened, what you've mastered. You could be a world-class athlete, but if you don't train, you're just a what if. You could be a millionaire, but if you don't study, grind, and build, you're just a dreamer. You could inspire nations, but if you never pick up the pen, never step on the stage, never use the voice God gave you, you're just wasted potential. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you're stealing from yourself. Every time you say, I'll do it tomorrow, you're robbing your future. Every time you binge, watch but don't read, every time you gossip but don't plan, every time you procrastinate instead of execute, you're making a withdrawal from your own potential. And let me be clear, your potential can run out if you keep neglecting it. You've got to change the way you see yourself. You are not average. You are not ordinary. You are not meant to live paycheck to paycheck, watching everybody else live their dreams while you sit on the sidelines. You were built with gifts, talents, skills that the world needs. But until you invest in those gifts, the world will never see them. So what does it mean to invest in yourself? It means you take time to grow. You wake up earlier if you have to. You stay up later if you must. You spend money on that class. You buy that book. You seek out people who are where you want to be and you learn from them. You practice your craft until excellence is your baseline. You don't waste your energy trying to look successful. You put your energy into becoming successful. Stop trying to impress people with things you bought. Start impressing yourself with the person you're becoming. You stop throwing money away to show off. Start putting money into the tools that will change your life. Stop wasting hours on things that don't matter. Start stacking hours into things that will multiply your future. Here's the truth. If you're not investing in you, you're getting robbed. You're getting robbed of your best life. You're getting robbed of your potential future. You're getting robbed of the person you were meant to be. And the worst part is, it's not the world robbing you. It's why you robbing you. Every great story you admire started with someone who decided, I'm worth the investment. They took time others wasted. They studied when others played. They worked when others slept. They sacrificed in the present to build a future. And now the world calls them great. The same is available for you, but it won't happen until you decide you're worth it. So today, stop treating your potential like it's an option. Stop treating your future like it's negotiable. You are the greatest investment you will ever make. And the moment you go all in on you, the moment you give your time, your energy, your resources to your growth, your life will shift. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Invest in your potential right now because you owe you. Excuses are the chains that keep you locked in the same place. Excuses sound good. They feel good, but they keep you average. Every time you open your mouth and justify why you didn't do it, why you didn't show up, why you didn't execute, you're building your own prison. Excuses are comfortable lies you tell yourself so you don't have to face the pain of discipline. But let me be clear. Discipline hurts for a moment. Excuses hurt forever. You know what excuses do? They make you feel okay with losing. They make you feel okay with quitting. They give you a way out of greatness. You tell yourself, I'm tired. I'm busy. I don't have the resources. I don't have the connections. I don't have the money. And every time you say it, you give yourself permission to stay stuck. You give yourself permission to watch your dreams die. The truth is, nobody cares about your excuses. Life doesn't care. The marketplace doesn't care. Your dream doesn't care. You can have excuses or you can have results, but you can't have both. If you want results, you've got to stop talking about why you can't and start focusing on how you can. Let me tell you something. Excuses are like weeds. If you don't cut them out, they will choke your potential. They'll spread through every part of your life. You'll start with, I don't have time to work out, and end up saying, I don't have time to chase my dream. You'll start with, I don't feel like reading today, and end up saying, I guess I'll never be successful. Excuses grow when you feed them. And the only way to kill them is to starve them. Stop saying you don't have time. You have 24 hours like everybody else. The question is, what are you doing with your time? Stop saying you don't have money. Some of the most successful people in the world started with nothing but hunger. Stop saying you're tired. Of course, you're tired. Chasing dreams costs energy, but so does living a life you don't want. Pick your pain, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm saying excuses won't make it easier. Excuses will only make it harder, because every time you delay, every time you put it off, the mountain gets bigger. The challenge gets heavier. The regret gets louder. Excuses don't solve problems. They multiply them. You've got to take responsibility. No more blame. No more pointing fingers. No more waiting for perfect conditions. There is no perfect condition. There is no perfect time. The perfect time is now. The perfect condition is whatever you've got right now. Stop saying, when I get this, then I'll start. Stop saying, when they support me, then I'll try. Stop saying, when I feel ready, you'll never feel ready. Success doesn't wait for readiness. Success waits for action. Cut the excuses and watch your life change. Cut the excuses and you'll find strength you didn't know you had. Cut the excuses and suddenly doors open because you're finally moving. Cut the excuses and you'll realize you were capable all along. The only thing standing in the way wasn't your lack of resources, wasn't your lack of talent, wasn't your lack of opportunity. It was your abundance of excuses. So today, right here, make the decision, no more excuses, no more lies to yourself, no more stories that keep you stuck. If every time you catch yourself making an excuse, shut it down and replace it with action. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all together. You just need to start. Excuses are expensive. They cost you your dreams, your goals, your future, and you can't afford that price anymore. You owe you the truth. You owe you discipline. You owe you execution. Cut the excuses because greatness doesn't live with excuses. Greatness lives with responsibility, with hunger, with action, and you owe you greatness. The reason most people never reach their full potential is simple. They don't demand enough from themselves. They accept average. They accept good enough. They accept comfort, and then they wonder why their life feels empty. Listen to me. If you keep treating average like it's acceptable, you will live a life beneath what you were created for. You can't keep showing up halfway and expect full results. You can't keep giving 70% effort and expect 100% rewards. Life doesn't work like that. The results you see are a direct reflection of the standards you set. If your standard is low, your results will be low. If your standard is high, your results will rise to meet it. That's why you have to demand more from yourself. Not sometimes, not when it feels good, but every single day. Stop letting yourself off the hook. You're too quick to say, that's enough for today. I tried. At least I did something. No, that's not enough. At least is the language of mediocrity. At least I showed up. At least I got started. That's the talk of someone settling. You don't owe yourself least. You owe yourself excellence. You owe yourself your best. When you demand more from yourself, something shifts inside you. You stop making excuses. You stop coasting and you stop tolerating laziness. You start looking at yourself differently. You stop asking, what can I get away with? And start asking, what's the best I can give? You stop focusing on minimums and start chasing maximums. And I get it. Demanding more is uncomfortable. It's supposed to be. Growth never feels good. Growth stretches you. Growth breaks you out of routines. Growth demands sacrifice. But that's where the transformation happens. You can't become the person you're meant to be if you keep living at the level of the person you used to be. Demanding more doesn't mean beating yourself up. It doesn't mean being unrealistic. It means raising the bar. It means when you feel tired, you push for one more rep. When you feel finished, you write one more page. When you feel like stopping, you take one more step. That's where greatness is built, in that on more. That's where winners are separated from everyone else. Think about the people you admire, the people you call great. They didn't get there by doing the minimum. They demanded more. They demanded more hours of practice, more focus, more discipline, more resilience. They weren't satisfied with average. They weren't comfortable being like everyone else. They set higher standards for themselves, and then they lived up to those standards. If you're tired of living beneath your potential, the answer isn't out there. Raise your expectations of yourself. Stop saying, I'll try. Start saying, I must. Stop saying, maybe. Start saying, absolutely. Stop saying, I can't. Start saying, I will. Every time you hit snooze, every time you cut corners, every time you settle for good enough, you're telling yourself you don't deserve more. But when you push yourself further, when you demand more from your body, your mind, your spirit, you're declaring to yourself and to the world, I was built for greatness. So here's the challenge. Hold yourself to a higher standard than anyone else ever will. Don't wait for a coach, a boss, or a mentor to demand more from you. Demand it from yourself. Push yourself to a level where people look at you and wonder, how do they keep going? How do they keep producing? How do they keep showing up at that level? The answer will be simple, because you refuse to settle. You owe you the best version of yourself. You owe you the highest standard. You owe you the results that only come when you demand more. Stop living small. Stop playing safe. Stop accepting average. Demand more from yourself, because greatness will only answer the person who refuses to settle for anything less. Every night when you lay your head on the pillow, there's one question you should be asking yourself. Did I give everything I had today? Not yesterday, not last week, not last year. Told why. Because success isn't built in some far off future moment. It's built in the small daily choices you make when nobody's watching. Most people don't fail because they're not talented. They don't fail because they don't have opportunities. They fail because they don't hold themselves accountable. They coast through their days lying to themselves about the effort they gave. They say, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll get to it eventually. And before they know it, years are gone, dreams are gone, potential is gone. Daily accountability is the mirror you can't escape. It's looking yourself in the eye every single day and being brutally honest. Did I do what I said I was going to do? Did I put in the work, or did I make excuses? Did I push past my feelings, or did I let them control me? You can fool your boss. You can fool your friends. You can fool your family, but you cannot fool yourself. You know when you've been slacking. You know when you've been half-stepping. The difference between people who achieve their dreams and people who stay stuck isn't talent. It's accountability. Winners hold themselves to the highest standard even when nobody else is watching. They don't wait for someone to check on them. They check on themselves. They don't need applause. They don't need a pat on the back. They don't need validation. They validate themselves by the work they put in day after day. Daily accountability is discipline in action. It's not sexy. It's not glamorous. It's waking up early when you don't feel like it. It's hitting the gym when you're tired. It's finishing the project when you'd rather relax. It's reading the book instead of scrolling. It's saying no to distractions, yes to priorities. Every choice you make is either a deposit toward your future or a debt you'll have to pay later. Daily accountability makes sure your balance is growing. You've got to stop living like your goals don't matter today. Every day counts. Every choice matters. Every decision builds or destroys. That's why you can't afford to let one day slip by without asking, oh, what did I do today to move closer to my dream? And if the answer is nothing, don't lie to yourself. Don't sugarcoat it. Own it. Be honest, and then do better tomorrow. Accountability isn't about perfection. It's just about consistency. You're going to mess up. You're going to fall short. But daily accountability keeps you from staying down. When you ask yourself, honestly, did I give everything today? And the answer is no. You don't drown in guilt. You adjust. You wake up the next day hungrier, sharper, more focused. Think about it. If you truly demanded accountability from yourself every day for the next 365 days, do you really believe your life would look the same? No way. It would be unrecognizable. You'd be stronger, sharper, more disciplined, more successful. Because the truth is accountability compounds. The more days you take seriously, the more powerful the results become. Stop waiting for somebody else to check on you. You stop waiting for a coach, a boss, a parent, or a mentor to make you do what you already know you're supposed to do. Be your own coach. Be your own boss. Be your own motivator. Hold yourself accountable at a level so high that average people can't even understand it. So tonight, before you close your eyes, ask yourself, did I give it everything today? Did I honor my goals, my dreams, my potential? And if the answer is no, don't sleep peacefully. Don't get comfortable. Get up tomorrow and change it. Because success doesn't come from what you did once in a while. Success comes from what you demand of yourself daily. And you owe you that daily accountability. You've been paying everybody else before you pay yourself. You've been giving your time, your energy, your focus to everything and everyone. And by the time you look at your own goals, your own dreams, you've got nothing left. That's why you're frustrated. That's why you're empty. That's why you feel like you're always behind, because you keep putting yourself last on your own list. Let me tell you something. You cannot keep pouring into everybody else's cup while yours stays empty. You cannot keep building everybody else's vision while your own dreams collect dust. You can't keep working 10 hours for your boss, giving your best energy to someone else's business, and then come home too tired to work on your own. That's not balance. That's self-neglect. Pay yourself first doesn't mean being selfish. It means being smart. It means understanding that if you don't take care of your own growth, your own health, your own dreams, you won't have anything real to give to anyone else. It means before you give your time away, you give time to your goals. Before you spend money on distractions, you spend money on your development. Before you commit to everybody else's priorities, you commit to your own. Some of you are broke not because you don't make money, but because you've never invested in yourself. You've invested in shoes, in nights out, in subscriptions, in entertainment, but not in your growth. And you wonder why your life hasn't leveled up. Stop paying the world first. Stop paying distractions first. Stop paying comfort first. Pay IOU first. You owe yourself a savings account of discipline. You owe yourself an investment account of effort. You owe yourself deposits of consistency every single day. When you wake up, the first thought shouldn't be, what do they need from me today? It should be, what do I need from myself today? Because until you take care of you, you'll always live for everybody else's agenda. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself, I'll work on my dream later, and later never came? How many times have you said, I'll do something for me after I finish everything else? And by the time everything else is done, you're drained. That cycle has to stop. If your dream matters, it gets priority. If your health matters, it gets priority. If your growth matters, it gets priority. Pay yourself first in time. Give the first part of your day to what builds you, not what drains you. Pay yourself first in energy. Don't give your best focus to people who don't even care about your future. Pay yourself first in resources. If you've got 100, make sure some of it goes to your development, not just your entertainment. That's how you build a life that's sustainable, not just survivable. You've got to flip the order. Right now, you're living backwards. You're giving the best of you to everything that doesn't matter and the leftovers to what does. Your dream doesn't deserve leftovers. Your purpose doesn't deserve scraps. Wow, you don't deserve second place in your own life. When you start paying yourself first, something powerful happens. You stop feeling drained all the time. You stop resenting everybody else's demands. You stop wondering why you're stuck. Because now every day, you know you moved the needle for your life. You know you made a deposit into your own future. And that builds momentum, that builds confidence, that builds a sense of purpose nothing else can give you. So from this day forward, before you give your time away, give it to your dream. Before you spend your energy on distractions, spend it on your purpose. Before you invest in anyone else, invest in yourself. Because the world doesn't owe you anything, but you owe you everything. And if you don't pay yourself first, you'll always be bankrupt in the areas that matter most. Listen, we've walked through it all. Stop waiting for permission. Invest in your potential. Cut the excuses. Demand more from yourself. Hold yourself accountable daily and pay yourself first. These aren't just principles. These are weapons. Weapons to break chains. Weapons to crush mediocrity. Weapons to unlock the best version of you. But hear me on this. None of it matters if you don't act. None of it matters if you just nod your head, clap your hands, and go back to the same routine. Knowledge without action is just wasted air. You owe you action. You owe you execution. You owe you consistency. Nobody's going to hand you greatness. Nobody's going to call you one morning and say, your dream is ready. You come pick it up. It doesn't work like that. If you want it, you've got to get up every single day and fight for it. You've got to grind for it. You've got to bleed for it. You've got to demand it from yourself when no one else will. So here's the challenge starting today, not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready. Today, make the decision that you're done living beneath your potential. You're done waiting. You're done making excuses. You're done settling. From this day forward, you're going to live like you owe you everything because you do. And if you stay consistent, if you stay disciplined, if you stay hungry, one day you'll look in the mirror and you won't just see who you are. You'll see who you became. You'll see the person you were always meant to be. So get up, lock in, go all in. Because the world doesn't owe you anything, but you owe you EVRITHIG.